I got the juice, don't need no proof. 100 like the rum I drink that got me over you. And all your nonsense we all subject to. I found my lane and mind my business like I'm supposed to do. Let's have a toast for all the obstacles that got us here. I put my glass up in the air to stimulate the cheers. Not because we made it, but because we making it. I savor the moment, the bouquet forever evident. Yeah. In my realm, I watch the times go by. I got the world in my hands, but I can't tame the sky. Dare I try, I might lose my mind. But it'll be all good after I'm done sipping this wine.
But man, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing well.
Good.
Hot as hell outside right now.
It's been that. Well, the only good thing so far is that it hasn't been like raining because the last week it's just been a downpour.
Yeah.
It's been hot and raining.
And then we get that humidity after the fact too, which just kills me.
It's been so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not. I for years I used to crap on like fall.
Yeah.
It's like basic white girl junk. Like it's like you know, Uggs, Starbucks.
Yeah.
You know, like oh my god, I
yeah.
love leaves. You know, it's leaves shit because you know how it is. I don't know. I might be a basic white girl. I love fall at this
by
point.
far my favorite season.
Fall is spring, bro. Spring is still my favorite, but like fall is moving to second, I think.
Well, fall's when like your football starts. You're a basketball guy.
Yeah, like I tolerate it for like a few weeks, and the basketball season comes back, and I'm like, all right,
it's game time.
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, like
But I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I go to all the games and stuff. Like for my school, West Viriginia.
For sure,
you know, like we're a pretty good football school.
Yeah.
Like, I went to all the games. Still go to all the games. Like pre-COVID, obviously.
Yeah.
But like looking forward to that. That happens in the fall. I mean, it's just incredible. Like tailgating and all that stuff. Like I have something to look forward to.
A lot of the good stuff does start in the fall.
Yeah.
Exactly. For sure. But I need this drop down for multiple reasons.
For sure.
Including my electric bill. But welcome to Clueless Vino, man. Show where a guy like me takes it with some cool guests and drinks some wine in between, man. Today I got my guy Max.
What's up, man?
Buddy?
What's up?
What's good
Thank
with
you
man?
so much for having me.
Yeah, man. We had talked about this a lot, and you do this thing where like I'll come on if you want me to, and like I was like, dude, yeah, it's fine. But then like you just. It's like you were backing up like every time you were like.
Like I don't want to like invite myself on.
Sure, like that, you know. But like I mean, it happens.
I always thought it would be cool though, like you and I talking because we're both creatives.
Yeah,
you know, being able to talk about art. We love the same kind of music, like that kind of thing. So I always thought it would be a good conversation.
Yeah. And look, I finally got you in here. After much, persuasion.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is the part where I let the guests tell about themselves, man. So tell the people, what you do and the stuff that you like.
All right, word. So, name's Max, obviously. So, work. Not gonna talk too much about work, but work in actually the same kind of industry that Brandon does. That's actually how we met. So, we met like at a company that will not be named.
Oh no.
So blank it out, but. We met there, actually sat next to each other on like my first day, and from there, I was kind of quiet at first. Like I'm usually pretty like socially awkward around people that I don't know or like new situations, stuff like that. So like didn't say much like for the first couple months there probably, and then one day I heard you just kind of shooting the shit with remember I won't name him either, but remember the guy used to eat like 10 bags of chips a day. Come by your desk, that guy. So he came by your desk one day and started talking about just like hip hop or something. Had some like outrageous take on Kendrick or something that I just like could not take anymore. And I turned around and I was like, that is ridiculous. Like, and I had not talked to you yet. I had not talked to like anybody there yet. And like I remember you immediately started laughing and we were like, so are you into that kind of thing? And I was like, yeah. And like we just kind of started like talking about hip hop, talking about just different kinds of music, and like I think he brought up the Breakfast Club, which I love, and that's kind of like how we met. So like from then on, like we would slowly, like start to have hip hop conversations, music conversations, and that's kind of like how we got to know each other. So worked there and worked there for like 5 years, close to 5 years. Ended up just getting a new job couple months ago now. So unfortunately, don't work together anymore. But yeah, so been doing that. But like my big thing that I do on the side is I make music.
Yeah.
So I've made music for, in some capacity or another, since I was like 11, 12 years old.
Okay.
Started like playing guitar and stuff when I was like 11, I think.
Okay.
Something like that. So it's been a while. But like more recently, after I like graduated from college, had like a little bit of money on the side, I started getting into like hip hop production, electronic music production, and stuff like that. So like that's my big like passion project is music production.
Okay.
So like I said, do a bunch of mainly like electronic type stuff,
Yeah.
but like, you know, hip hop music as well on the side.
Yeah.
My problem is I got nobody to rap on my beats, which sucks. Like I don't know anybody. Like I don't know any like really good rappers. I got people hit me up all the time, like, hey, send me that beat, bro, and I check out their stuff, and I'm just like, nah, I'm good, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just kind of like making stuff under my solo project called Rad Max. Actually just dropped a new song last night,
Yeah.
which what'd you think about it?
Hey, listen, I liked it, man. I like this. First of all, I like that song. It's for people who don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna post it at the end of this episode, so that's gonna be cool. That's a little outro. But Whole Lotta Money is one of those records where it's like I had heard about it, and I'd heard the person like, oh, Bia, and I was like, I don't know if that's gonna be something I'm gonna listen to.
Right.
It didn't register with me.
Right.
And then one day, freaking TikTok, it's like people post, I'm not on TikTok, but people repost stuff on Twitter
Right,
or whatever.
right, from TikTok, right.
And I saw it, I was like, she was like, one day, I was like, why do I like this part?
Yeah.
And so then
that's the part.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the
exactly.
main part of the song. Is like people love it. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna end up loving this song, and I love the song.
It's such a like that line is so captivating, and I actually made I'm not like huge on TikTok. I have like 3 TikToks now, and the only reason I even made a TikTok in the first place was because you like have to as a musician these days. Like that's the way.
A lot of different things are using TikTok. This is the best way to like.
Exactly, and like their algorithm is so good. Like
it's
they're like it's so good. Like in like their hashtags and stuff. Like I feel like if you put a hashtag on like Instagram, which I know you do for like this, or Twitter or whatever, like it kind of helps, but like TikTok is so hashtag driven that it's like necessary. So if you put like a bunch of hashtags on basically what you're doing, like producers of hip hop, like producers of TikTok, like how to make beats, how to do that, like you'll get
some
plays off of that. Yeah, so like it's huge to be able to do that. So I've been making like TikToks on like how to make beats or like how I made a beat that I've already put out.
Right.
So that's what I did last night was I made
I watched that.
I made like the song, dropped it. And then I also made a TikTok basically saying like how I created the song, what I did with it.
Yeah.
But in the TikTok, like one of the things that I highlighted was that line.
Yeah.
I put on my jewelry just to go to the bodega.
It's such a fire line.
Fire line. And
because like that's so saucy, bro. Like like I like bars, even though like they sometimes that make me upset. I like bars that make me feel broke.
Right.
Like there's no reason for you to put your
it's just cool.
But it's so fire, you know what I'm saying?
And she says because it makes me feel safer, which
like
no it doesn't.
That
you're
just
just
make
flexing.
You way worse.
Yeah, you're just flexing.
Like people will rob you.
Yeah.
But it's a dope line.
It is. And it was the remix, like I didn't just do the regular version with
we don't want to get too much. We want to make sure that they finish all the way through.
Fair enough.
But
did the remix
it does involve the
Nicki.
Nicki, for sure.
Exactly.
Which is dope. And like I said, I liked it. It's cool just watching because you shared a few of those with me. Yeah. And whatever. And you get better that's the best part is too. Cause, like,
for sure.
The vocals are starting to match up better with the beats and like the beats are a little bit. Cause you like trippy stuff, and that's always been like your like very trippy. Not whispery, but like not soulful. What's the word for? Like God, how would I describe it? It's like for me when I listen to it, it's like you're in like the mountains, and it's like when you hear like the wind and the boat that. I get that type of vibe.
Yeah, like almost kind of wavy.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
Very, very wavy type stuff. Yeah, I like stuff like that. So the merging of the two is always cool.
Well, and you heard like the beginning.
Yeah.
Like I sent you, I think, like the first beat I ever made, which was obviously trash. But like
I remember, because you had told me you had started doing it.
Yeah, and like because I found out that you were an artist too, and like I sent you. I think the first beat I ever made, and it was absolute garbage. So you've got to see like the whole transition. Like
right.
I'm not so garbage anymore.
Right, and you got like a following. If you look into like this outfit,
especially like online and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I mean, because I produce in a very like kind of niche. I don't want to say genre, but niche kind of area of production. Like you said, like the trippy stuff. Like not a ton of people listen to that, but the people who do are like super into it.
Yeah.
So like none of my friends are like that into my music or like just people that I know. But online, there's a ton of people, just like random people all across the country, across the world,
who
like
for that type of stuff. Yeah.
They're looking for that kind of stuff, and they'll hit me up, like message me, and be like, "Yo, I really like what you're doing," that kind of thing. So,
which is cool.
It's good to
my
see
favorite
part.
And it's good to see it from people that don't necessarily know you, because that's really a good thing.
It makes you feel a lot
like
better.
You're doing something on the right path.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that. So.
But you want to get into our first glass?
Let's do it, man.
All right. You brought us Educated Guess. A Cabernet Sauvignon from Napa County, man. Okay.
It's a Cab Sav, which is my favorite kind of wine.
Okay, cool.
So I've never had this wine before. I'm not the biggest wine drinker, but I have it with like dinner, like with good like Italian food, something like that, like a red sauce, like pasta. I'm honestly not the biggest drinker in the world. Like I drink socially. Like with friends. If I'm going to the bar, I'll drink whatever. But fancy in here.
Saves me a lot of time.
Okay.
Saves me a lot of time, bro.
No, but this particular wine, I've never had it before. I wanted to bring something like I hadn't had either, so like we could, like both have it for the first time.
We'll both have it.
But my girlfriend's sister-in-law actually recommended this.
Okay.
She gets it for like everybody. Like anytime she has to get a gift for somebody or whatever, she always gets this wine for them. So it's supposedly good. I'm excited to try it.
All right. A lot of pressure on it.
A lot of pressure.
There's a lot of pressure on it.
Yeah, if we dislike it, I'm gonna go back to her and be like, "Yo, I was literally on a podcast. We tried the wine and it sucked. Like, come on. What do you do? I gotta act like I know what I'm doing."
Show's called Clueless Vino, bro. I don't know.
Oh, it's Clueless.
But first, what we do, man, we smell it for sure.
Okay.
Get a little.
Do you waft?
I just go right to the glass, bro. I just read in the glass.
So that's good.
I'm not mad at the smell. So that's always a good sign. Reds are not difficult, but they are. I find myself trying to find ones I like a lot.
Right.
Because they can be very heavy, dry, stuff like that.
Doesn't it matter? Like, isn't this something? Like
so
the run or
they
whatever
say,
it's called?
What did they say? More alcohol content in it if it's like longer run.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it looks like it's good.
Decent run.
Yeah, man. But
I guess. Cheers, man.
See
try it out.
Yeah, man. That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
That's not bad.
And it's dry.
It's dry.
Which is like my favorite kind of wine. I love dry wine.
Okay. I'm not a big dry guy.
I'm into dry.
It does have this weird, like, ending taste.
Like, it's not spicy, but it's like...
But it's something, and I can't figure out what it is.
It's something that's close to spicy.
I'll tell you what it's like. So you know how you can get, like, different type of Chex Mix? It's like the bold Chex Mix. Like, at the end. It's not spicy.
Like the aftertaste of
that?
Yeah,
it's not spicy, but it's like...
I know what you mean.
I
know exactly what you mean. It is kind of like that, yeah. It's good, though. I like it.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not upset at that at all. Let's see what we got as far as the stats in here.
I mean, it should be good. It was like $250 a bottle, so... I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I was about to be
You looked at me like, bro.
What? What kind of show do you think this is? 14.5% alcohol content, so I can't be upset at that.
Is that high? Is that low?
That's pretty good. That's really good. I mean, this is depending on what you want. I like it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's good. I like this. Napa County usually has good wines.
Yeah,
honestly. So one of the reasons that you're on also is because you told me that 22 is your lucky number or favorite number.
Favorite number.
Favorite number.
Yeah, favorite number.
Okay. And we were supposed to do this yesterday. On but with you were recovering from some stuff. But isn't it crazy that we're doing episode 22 on the 22nd?
It ended up actually being.
How crazy is that, right?
Crazy.
That is
That's
22 on 22.
Something. Yeah.
So can you give me like an insight on why 22 is your favorite?
Not really. No. I don't know, man.
Not at all.
Like, well, here's the thing. Like, and this is gonna sound weird, especially to put this out to the world, but I have like OCD with numbers.
Okay.
So like,
let's talk about it.
Do you have OCD?
I don't have OCD. I don't know. I've never been like that.
You don't know.
But let's see if I can.
I've got OCD with numbers.
Okay, so
like I've got like good numbers and bad numbers.
Okay.
Which sounds so weird, especially to put this out to the world. It sounds so weird.
Let's just get into it.
So like, like when people are like changing the volume on the TV or the car or something like that. A lot of people don't like having like it set on odd numbers or something like that. Are you like that by any chance?
I don't mind odd numbers.
It doesn't matter.
Really
like there's a lot of people that don't like that.
That will never put
like
it odd. Yeah.
For whatever reason, like it's just in my head. Like there's some numbers that like I would like leave it on, and some numbers that I wouldn't leave it on. I don't know why. It's just some crazy OCD shit. Yeah. But 2 is like my favorite number. 2,
okay.
Like 2 and like like I guess multiple 2s give you 22. Like things like 2 times things. So like 4 is a good number. It's so weird. Like in my head, I just have these numbers that I like.
Okay.
And 22 out of all those numbers that coincide with my OCD just happens to be like my favorite one.
Okay.
Which I know sounds insane.
Dog, like people have quirks stuff.
Yeah, it's just a quirk of mine. Exactly.
Okay. So I don't think I have anything like that. Like I don't mind different things being on different values. Whatever works for me, that's fine. I do have this thing where, for like the longest time, I couldn't realize what was going on. Like my brain would automatically look at the clock whenever it was 12:34.
I've had that before too.
Like I couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
I would try to train myself like, all right, you're not looking at the clock, you're not looking at the clock, and it'd be like 12, like 15. I'm like, all right, don't look at the clock. I think the time would go by fast enough, and I look up, it's 12:34.
It's weird.
I don't know what it is. It just.
I had that. I had the same thing happen to me. It was 6:19 though.
Yeah.
And it went away. I don't think it happens anymore. But like, it's so weird. Like, it's just like weird in general. Like how your internal body clock works.
Yeah.
Like especially like for mine, it's like waking up. Like I used to like back in like high school and stuff. I used to love sleeping in. Like I slept in every day that I could. Man, I would sleep in past noon, all that. Yeah. And now like I wake up, and I know you get up early too.
Yeah.
But like on the weekends and stuff, like I'll wake up at like 7 a.m., like 6:30 a.m., and I'll be like, damn, I just want to go back to bed right now. Yeah. And I can't. Like my internal clock just like wakes me up, and it's like, you're up, man. Brother. You're up, and I like try my best, and it's like, no, like you can't.
I woke up 5:19 today.
Did you really? I woke up a little later than normal, which is why I was a little late. Sorry. A little later than normal, but like still, just because I went to bed so late last night. I mean, like sometimes, like if I go to bed late, like later than normal, like I'll wake up, a little bit later, but still nothing past like 8 o'clock. I mean, that's like the threshold for me. So, I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah. Mine's a little combination of like a multiple things. Like my internal clock just it won't let me get up past unless I've had like a rough night the night before.
Yeah.
But even then, I drank pretty not crazy last night, but I had a few, and but still, I woke up 5:19. But normally, I'm gonna get up like between 6:45 and like 7 something.
Like it coincides with your work schedule, I'm sure.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. And then the other thing is, it depends on what my son.
Of course.
If he's up at time, he's like, all right, bro.
Does he get up early?
It depends, bro. Sometimes he'll sleep in at least to 8, which is really good, especially on weekends. But then
you probably love it.
There are times where he's up at 7 something.
Just ready to go.
Ready to go.
Yeah. Hey.
What's up?
What's up?
It just depends. Like if I'm dead tired, I'm like, yo, just grab your tablet, go to the room, chill out.
Do your thing.
I'll be up in an hour.
Yeah.
But it's my wife gets up pretty early too. So.
I like getting up early.
Yeah.
I'm a morning person.
See, I used to be a night owl though, bro.
I used to
stay up like late. Now these days I'm just like, dang, I just want to go to bed.
Yeah.
But part of the problem for me, at least the last couple months, and I've been sleeping bad the last 2 months, is in June I did like this thing where I was writing every day, at least 1,000 words a day, and I just did not stop until I did. And then I was doing well for like the first 27 days, like June 1 to June 27, murking it, killing it. Yeah. I got to June 28th, dog, I passed out.
Well, just like burnout.
I was burnout. I was tired.
Yeah.
I would be in the room and I would wake up and it'd be like 2 o'clock. But at last time I looked, it was like 11.
Right.
Why am I? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was dead tired and I had not slept well.
You just burn yourself out, man.
Yeah.
I'm a morning person like through and through. Like I love I say the internal clock thing like it's a bad thing, but at the end of the day, I love it. Like I love getting up that early because I've got like a routine. Like I get up, I do my thing, you know, I take a shower, brush my teeth, do all that, and I like make a point every morning. Like I could, you know, obviously get some nice ass coffee maker or whatever, make some coffee at the place, but like I love like driving to go get. I know it sounds strange, but I love driving to get coffee in the morning. That's my thing.
Yeah, sure.
Because at 6:30 or like 7 o'clock, there's nobody out on the road.
Nobody there,
it's quiet. Like nobody's doing anything, and like
you get to actually enjoy your
exactly. Like I love like what's the word for it? Solitude or the wrong word?
Just very solace.
I love the solace of the mornings. Like getting up, driving to go get coffee. You know, getting there, there's nobody there.
Yeah.
Like sometimes sitting down at the coffee shop, just drinking coffee and just like being alone in that quiet.
Yeah.
And then I get home, and that's when like my music stuff starts on like the weekends. Like, I work by far the best creatively in the morning. Like I love just like getting up and just like starting from like scratch. Like you know, just starting blank canvas. And I feel like that's like when like my best ideas come to me, and like I can actually, you know, like get on a roll and kind of get in that like flow state of like creating. You know what I'm saying? Like it just happens so much easier for me in the morning than it does any other time.
Interesting, because every creative has like their own like peak performing hours.
Yeah. What's yours?
Mine was used. Well, I feel like mine still is like late at night. So like you get me at like 10 or 11 start writing. Usually some good stuff can come
still
out of it. Yeah, like, but it's just me. Like I'm tired, so like I can barely stay up that late right now. But I'll recharge in a minute. But those hours, like I remember when I first wrote my first like poetry book. It was like during the summers I would work. I would do whatever, and then at night I would just be in my mom's kitchen or my parents' kitchen, and just from like 11 to whatever, I just crank out stuff.
Right.
And it would just come to me like different, double, whatever. That's just something about it being quiet and I sleep.
Yeah.
I have my time. I have music on. You know what I'm saying? That works the best for me.
Which book was that?
So that one was the first one was Random Comics. That was the one I worked on from beginning of college like till my first year out of college.
Okay.
And then the following, but still those same times because.
And then was that the predecessor to what was it? Therapeutic?
That's the Therapeutic was the second.
Okay.
And then I followed that up with Here's the Thing. So
that's the first one that I got.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like right around like you put that out right around when we met, or like a little bit after, around the same time.
For sure. Yep.
Yeah. And that's when I first started like reading your shit.
Yeah.
And, like actually,
So, but just that during those hours it just similar, how Drake goes, nighttime jump. That vibe it works for me.
Right.
I would love to actually wake up in the morning and be able to just write.
Yeah.
But I feel like I wake up in a fog sometimes, and it's like I need like an hour to like distress or whatever. So that means I would have to wake up at like 4.
Which
distress for a whole hour.
Not doing
and then,
that.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
For me, it's work in the morning, and then at nighttime, like I wouldn't call myself a night owl, but there are nights like on the weekend, like where I play a lot of like video games too. Not a ton, and I know you do too, but like nighttime is like my gaming time.
Okay.
Like that's like I get on with the boys. We'll play Warzone or we'll play like whatever, like some sort of online game. And I can do that like late. Yeah. Thanks. Pouring it for me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I got you.
Yeah, like I like if I'm staying up late like that, I like to be doing something like not that making music isn't fun. It's like the funnest thing I do, but like I like doing something like mindless.
Yeah, something that's not that you can just like lose yourself in.
Exactly.
Like, whatever. Like, hey, I'm doing this.
Not thinking about it.
You know what I'm saying? I won't have this thing where it's like, what can I put here?
Right.
It's just like I'm gaming.
I don't have to think about it. Yeah,
for sure.
And that's another thing. Like I have to be like to be able to create like effectively. I guess I've got to be pretty sober. Like I can't.
Okay.
I can't like. Ableton's like the program that I use to make music. It's called it's a DAW. It's a digital audio workstation. Is what it stands for. But like it's so complicated. Like there's so many like different knobs and like different like things that go into it that like whenever I'm not sober, it just gets to the point where it's like confusing. Like I'll know how to do it, but it takes me so much longer to navigate it. And by the time like I finally get to where like I want to be, I've like lost that idea, or I'm like kind of past it and onto something else. You know what I mean? So like that's why I like kind of being clean cut, just going to it with a blank mind, and just kind of ready to go.
So awesome. I mean, I can do things sober. Like that's fine, but like I do enjoy a few drinks when I'm writing.
Well, there's so many like excellent, like world famous, like best of the best authors that are the same way. Like Hemingway used to get trashed. Hemingway's one of my favorite authors.
Like he was an alcoholic.
He was straight up alcoholic in a big
alcoholic.
way, man. Like, and then he moved down to what was it, Cuba or whatever, and was just like getting trashed. Like, and then you had Stephen King was like on the powders. We'll leave it at that. Like he was just like writing every book like that. I mean, like there's something. I mean, every person ticks in a different way. Like everybody's artistry comes out best in a different way.
For sure.
And I just feel like with authors particularly, a lot of them drink.
Yeah.
A lot of them kind of do that. So, and I just couldn't do it.
But I mean, with music, I feel like because there's so many, like I said, there's so many like different. And when I watch people, like, I think not everybody, but most people have had the dream, like, oh, I want to be like a producer, I want to be, I want to be a rapper. These different types of things. And you look at what goes into it, because it seems easy. Yeah. But then you go, like, you look at what they do, and it's like, that's a lot of work. You have to put this thing here, but then lay this over here, and mix it, and all that stuff. It's like, that's a lot of work.
Everybody
I don't have any kind of time for that.
Well, that's the thing. Like, everybody thinks that, like, production, like, we'll call it making beats. Yeah. First and foremost, like,
two different things.
What's a producer?
Yeah.
There's producers in, that's what I call myself, as a music producer. There's producers in entertainment. They're like movies, TV shows, whatever. They're not the artists or like kind of the creatives behind the project. They fund it, Producers in music, like DJ Khaled is a producer, right? Is DJ Khaled a musician? I would say probably not. I don't think DJ Khaled's like behind, like on some program, like making beats and like actually coming up with stuff. I think he's just getting people like in the same room.
He's really good at that. I'm not here to say that he is or is not any of those things, but as far as getting people together, he's really good at that.
That's his specialty.
He's really good at that.
But like I feel
really
like
needs to change it up though.
He does.
He keeps doing the
same
same.
formula
It's the
over
same
and over. It's getting a little bit.
You can only Quavo, Lil Wayne, and Justin Bieber me to death before I'm like, all right, guys.
Well put.
You really need to switch this up a bit.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of people like that music, like DJ Drama, DJ Drama, go, like incredible at what he does, like. I thought he did a killer job on Tyler McVeigh's new album. Did you like that, by the way?
I love that.
It was amazing. Did you like it more than Igor? That's the debate for me right now.
That's a great question. Okay. I liked it more than Igor. I think Igor's a better album. If that makes sense.
It does.
I think because it's a different. Igor was a different approach, and it was something. I mean, it was out there for us, but Tyler, that's a normal thing.
Yeah, that's.
But he took this concept and just made it, and just, you know what I'm saying? He did crazy stuff with it. And you know, with him, the visuals always match too. Like the little persona he had.
It's so important.
So good. I think for me, what's that? Call Me If You Get Lost. It's just, it reminded me of mixtape drama. You know what I'm saying? And Tyler was rapping his ass off. He was out really rapping his ass off, and I enjoy that. Okay, so questions. You obviously like Tyler, like me.
Love.
What's your favorite
album?
What's your favorite Tyler album?
Probably Igor.
Okay, you got Igor.
And the reason I say Igor, well, Call Me If You Get Lost is a very close second.
Okay.
I mean, I think it just came out, so I think I need to let it breathe for a little bit longer. But Igor was like, I mean, Flower Boy was great, right? But like, Igor was like.
That's not favorite.
Was it really?
Flower Boy.
You liked it worse than like, Goblin, or like some of the older stuff? Cherry Bomb.
Cherry Bomb.
As bad as Cherry Bomb.
I like Cherry Bomb.
You like Cherry Bomb more than Flower Boy? Wow.
But I like Wolf the best.
I love Wolf.
Wolf was my favorite.
Wolf was like the first one where you saw him like
expand. He was starting to expand.
His artistry started like changing, but
he still had that shock stuff that he was doing.
Yeah, he did.
But you can see he was starting to try to separate himself away.
Right,
and slowly but surely you see it as he's going.
Yeah, and him mature musically.
For sure.
But
I mean, I don't know why people would expect that he was a kid, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah, of course he was gonna do all these things before. Like, he was a kid, and now he's growing up as a man,
and he's changed,
right?
And in a great way.
I think so.
But no, I think Igor's probably my favorite because I'm a producer, right? Like, and I'm not saying that I'm not some world famous producer or whatever.
Right,
you know, it's my hobby on the side, but like, I love that stuff.
Right.
You know, and that's what I like. That's like my true like artist, creative passion.
Right.
But I thought the production on Call Me If You Get Lost was amazing. It was amazing, but I thought the production on Igor, it was different, but it was so like, I don't want to say out there, but kind of out there. Like, it was like unlike anything I'd ever heard before.
Yeah.
In a good way.
I think, you know what I think? I think somehow, and it's not somehow, it's because we always look at Khaled as a rapper / artist.
Right.
But he might be one of the most underrated like producers there is, because he is really good at producing songs.
I've been saying that.
Like his sound is so good, and if more people if he started doing stuff with people, and like, cause I think he did it on
like producing for other people.
He did it on Snow Allegra's most recent album.
He did. That's right.
And the great thing is, I did not really like that album.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was too far away from what she did on her last one. But those two songs I liked.
That's how I found out about her, actually. I didn't even know her before that. And that's how I found out about her, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, I just think, like, some of the songs on Igor, like, and maybe it was just because...
Some of the songs were good.
What'd you say?
I'm going to look up some of the songs being good.
Yeah, I just think, like, I don't know, man, like, when Igor came out, like, it was just one of those things where I was not expecting that at all. And like, it came out, and it just blew my mind, like, hearing that production for the first time and being like, what in the hell is this? Like, and then Call Me If You Get Lost came out, and like, incredible. I absolutely loved it. I loved the DJ drama touch. I thought that was so cool.
I think it's great that you watched all that. He had tweeted years ago that I want to get DJ drama.
I saw that.
And then got it. That's tall is up into existence.
It's amazing,
you know?
dude. And
I think that's dope.
And drama, like, you know, you could tell that they had a real connection, like, making that.
Yeah.
And I will say, though, like, I thought the features on Call Me If You Get Lost were fire, were amazing. Like, the Lil Uzi one, man, I mean, there's so many good ones.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Which these days is crucial, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a good feature list and use them correctly, then you're using, because not everybody uses them correctly.
Yeah, like, they'll have an amazing feature or amazing artist as a feature,
and don't get the best out of it.
Exactly. And it's up to you as an artist to bring the best out of your feature, you know.
But yeah, Igor, man, Earthquake, obviously.
New Magic Wand's my favorite.
My favorite one is The Boys Have Gone. That's such a good record.
So good.
Puff is good.
So good.
Are We Still Friends is a great way to close the album. So yeah, I mean, it was just these bold sounds.
Bold is a great way.
Very bold sounds that just blew it away.
Yeah.
Now, like you got screwed because you got one happy that you got the Grammy win.
Yeah.
It wasn't a rap album.
No.
Which he was like, and you know what? I appreciate the thing I think appreciate about Khaled too is that he can be humble and accepting things while also calling out bullshit. He's like, yeah, this wasn't a rap album. So I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why I got this.
Do you know why it was a rap album, or why they said it was a rap album?
You know why?
Because he was black.
Yeah, it's like, you know why.
And I mean, that's such bullshit to me. And like, I think that there's been. First off,
the Grammys are bad.
You know what I think about the Grammys. Yeah. I mean, it's the Academy or whatever they call it. Is that what they call it? The Recording Academy.
I think that's what they call it.
What a bullshit.
Well, I think was it you? I think it was you. I think you had recently. I don't know if you tweeted it or something.
Probably.
But you had been talking about how the Grammys have gotten things wrong before, and you had brought up.
I was talking about Macklemore and stuff. That was me.
Because that to this day that still doesn't make any sense. Right. But again, we all know why.
And what we're talking about, for those who are unaware,
2015. Right?
I think it was 2015. 2015, maybe 2016. Because you know they do it the year after it actually happens. So I think it was. Yeah, I
want to say 2015 because I remember. I think I was blogging really heavy during that time.
Yeah, but
I was.
That was To Pimp a Butterfly.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid, Mad City. It was good. No,
it was worse. Like it was Good Kid, Mad City that didn't win.
It was no. Well, wait. Hold on a second. Does that mean that you like?
Good Kid, Mad City better than To Pimp a Butterfly? Yes.
You do?
Good Kid, Mad City is his best album. Yes.
Hard disagree. Hard love.
Okay.
Good Kid, Mad City. Love Good Kid, Mad City. But To Pimp a Butterfly, Chef's Kiss, man. That's my favorite Kendrick.
Okay.
It is. It really is.
Okay.
But I just feel like he just went like crazy experimental on that album, and it paid off in the best possible way.
He did. The only thing that I say about the Butterfly, and let's get one thing clear. People be like, oh, it wasn't a great album. No, it was a great album.
Right.
It doesn't have the greatest replay value. If you're we'll do it this way. So, and we're real here. You know, you're pushed on this. As somebody it's white, right?
Right.
It may not hit as the same when you don't go through the same struggles.
Which one are you talking about?
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay. Yeah.
So like that's about like black repression.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
So it's easier for you to go back and be like, oh, plus you're a producer and you enjoy the sounds and the different like you said, he experimenting with different things. Whereas someone who's black or whatever, it's like, this is a heavy album, bro. Like it's really.
I can only imagine.
A lot of different subjects that are very touchy. You know what I'm saying?
Same with Damn.
Right. So it's hard to revisit. Damn was like a nice mix of both.
It was like a combo.
It was a nice mix of both. So it's a little bit more accessible to go back and listen to. Whereas with Butterfly, it's like these are all great, but this is really heavy.
It's
heavy. I can't really bump a lot of these out the whip. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, I'm pulling up to the spot, but I'm listening to Institutionalized.
That's
you know
true.
What I'm saying?
That's true.
So that's the only thing, the only knock against them. But who cares? You want to pull it to Florida. So it's like, who cares?
Pulitzer Kennedy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't really knock it. That's a great album.
And you're right. That's a good point. I had never thought of it that way. I mean, it might be different for me because I'm white. And I had never thought of it that way. It's just, the reason that I would say it's my favorite is because I love like how jazzy he got on that album.
Super jazzy.
And like
he got Clint Sparks dudes, right? The band in that one of
who was it?
Oh my god.
I know Thundercat was like a huge
Thundercat
is the man. He was a huge influence on that album and co-wrote a bunch of the songs on it. Played bass on a ton of the songs on it. But the subject matter is
George Clinton,
P-Funk. Yeah.
So,
I mean, he was on a ton of stuff too, but it was heavy.
Yeah.
It was.
It's just a heavy listen, and so it's like you get through and you're like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
and the thing is, at the end of the day, you're right. It was heavy. It was heavy in a different way, and probably heavier for you than it was for me.
Yeah. So
which makes sense. But no, Good Kid, Mad City. I mean, that was my introduction to Kendrick, and so that Grammys, I think that album came out in like 2012 or 13. Because it was when I was it was like at the beginning of my, I think I was like a freshman or a sophomore in college when that came out.
2012, right?
Yeah, so
when did that? So whenever that Grammys happened, Macklemore won, then he shouldn't have.
Yeah, Macklemore won. What did he win? Rap album of the year. Rap album of the year over Good Kid, Mad City, and it was so egregious that Macklemore apologized. First off,
that made it worse.
Yeah, it made it so worse.
It made it worse.
Like, what a bitch move, dude.
But it made, like, if you apologize, like, don't apologize. You won. It is what it is. But then don't also post about you apologizing. That's corny. That's corny, bro.
It doesn't. Well, I mean, does it get cornier than Macklemore in general?
It was,
you know. And then they snubbed him for Damn. Like, I thought Damn was album of the year. What year was that? 2018?
It's been 4 years since he dropped the album. So probably 2017, 2018.
2017,
So probably 2018, right?
Yeah, so that one, I mean, I thought that was album of the year. Bruno Mars won over that, which Bruno Mars is a very talented musician, but at the same time, like, Damn was the best album of the year, I thought. And, like, they just continued to screw Kendrick at these award shows, and it's just like, dude, I mean, the Grammys just don't mean shit to me anymore, because everything that happens is just, it just makes me mad.
Kendrick just don't play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He don't
shouldn't.
He don't play the game. He's more of a creative type of dude where he's just like, I'm doing this for me, I'm doing it for the art.
Right.
Whatever happens with it. Right. It is what it is.
He won that Pulitzer, though.
You know what I'm saying? Can't take that from him.
It was so cool. Whenever he won that Pulitzer, I saw him live at what's that amphitheater over in Virginia Beach? It's, you know what I'm talking about? It's like the big amphitheater. A bunch of big names play there. It's like United Home Loan something. I forget what it's called. I think it's Veteran something. Whatever. There's a big amphitheater over near Virginia Beach, and Kendrick played there, and I saw him. It was actually with TDE, so it was Kendrick, Schoolboy Q, SZA was supposed to be there, and like, I love SZA. Yeah. I love SZA, but she had like some voice issues, so she.
I remember that.
Yeah. So she couldn't go, which I was like so defeated.
Yeah, that's bummed.
After that, but it was like a TDE show, and Kendrick obviously closed it out.
Yeah.
But Kendrick's visuals, he had a bunch of visuals like in different colors that said Pulitzer Kenny. Like, all in the backdrop, and it was moving around and stuff, and I was like, that is such a flex, that is so cool that he gets to brag about that, and like, so well deserved too, you know?
No, because
so well deserved.
Kendrick is one of the greatest artists of all time.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
No misses in terms of albums.
No, not even close too, not even close.
Still give you the lyrical stuff, still give you a hit here too. Mm-hmm. So he has the complete package of stuff.
Yeah, he does.
So I mean, you can't knock it.
One of my favorite artists of all time, probably my favorite rapper out right now. Like, that's still consistently making music.
Gotcha.
Isaiah's getting up there, man. And I know you like that new album.
Yeah, man.
So did I. But yeah, in just terms of just hip hop, like probably top 5 ever for me.
Okay.
Ever.
I wouldn't. Listen, I don't argue with. He came in and this. The thing about music in general, but typically rap, because rap, the way rap fans of hip hop deal with like rappers is they will turn them quickly.
What do you mean?
In the sense that
the fans will. I get what you're saying.
Because in rap, like when you get older, people just like watch this rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that becomes a thing. Like,
right. It does.
He shouldn't have put this out. Like, but like no other genre music really does that.
I know exactly.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like people can put out music and pop and stuff like that, and everybody's like, oh, I can't wait to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's this different. It's a different vibe. But like Kendrick has gone through the years and has maintained the same level. It's not getting better.
Impressive. So impressive.
You know what I'm saying? Of you know, peak performance.
Yeah.
So
there's not a lot of people who
not everybody
do that
can say
like
that.
that.
Not everybody can say that. So it's, you know, like I said, anybody put them in the top 5, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Right.
Like I can't do that.
Right.
So.
And because even if you disagree, there's points that I could bring up that could at least back it up.
Right.
Whether you agree with them or not.
Right, for sure.
For sure. You can back them up.
Yeah. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, big time.
I want to just take a quick swerve real quick.
Sure.
You said that as you said, you went to school, West Virginia University. As someone who went to a smaller school, but was still in the top 10 of part schools in the nation when I was there.
You guys were?
Oh, man.
Really?
They did not like that.
What, the school didn't?
Oh, they hated it.
Of course they
Oh,
did.
they absolutely
Of course
hated
they did.
They were trying to get them like, oh, take us off. I was like, nah,
we don't party.
just leave us on. Like, this is how you're getting people to the school. It's okay.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, tell me about your experience at West Virginia. What's it like? So for me, I've only gone through West Virginia one time, and I stopped through there. Ain't a lot of brothers there, dog.
No, there's not.
Ain't a lot of.
Just because I'm from there originally. I didn't just go to school there, so I'm from there, and I think, I'm not even kidding, man, I think, like, we can Google it, but, like, I want to say West Virginia is 99% white.
I believe that.
As a state. Not the school, but as a state.
Yeah, I believe that.
So, like, when I was growing up, man, like, my high school, it was also 99% white,
For sure,
probably,
yeah.
Like, I mean, the high school that I went to was kind of more, how do I say this, diverse out of all the high schools in the area. Like, it was probably
as much
the most diverse.
Right.
Which, so, like, it probably wasn't 99% white at my high school. But, like, the state as a whole, it's all white people. Yeah. So, like, growing up, like, I mean, that's kind of I don't know, like, I was always, like, big on the internet. Like, I was big, like, I always wanted to get out of West Virginia. Don't get me wrong, I love West Virginia. It will always be home. Like, I love it. But, like, I was always on the internet, like, hey, there's other stuff going on outside of this state. Like, there's different cultures. There's different, things to experience outside of the state. Like, I need to do that because I need to grow as a person. I need to get some culture. Like, I need to experience this.
Because I always think that that's part of the problem with some people and how they think.
Right.
Is that they've been in a space for so long that they think that everywhere else is the exact same.
Exactly.
And
you're right.
That's
you're
not
right.
how life works.
Exactly.
So it's always good to be able to get out and like meet different people, think differently.
Right.
And you may not agree with people all the time.
Right.
But it's just good to get different people.
And get that kind of, and just get that, not necessarily knowledge if you disagree with it, but get that perspective.
That's all you need.
And you definitely need it.
That's all you need.
And like,
if not, you're just going to go in life thinking the same way.
Yeah.
And you're the one that's going to end up looking crazy.
Right.
In most situations.
And the problem is, with that being said, 99% white state, I don't know if we were number 1 or number 2, but West Virginia was either 1 or 2 in, how do you say it, like, per capita, people who voted, states who voted for Trump. Like, we had more per capita people who voted for Trump than any other state in the country. I mean, that and being 99% white, probably
correlation.
There's probably a correlation there. But yeah, like you end up getting into this echo chamber, right? Like it's like you don't know any other cultures. You're not around any other cultures. So that's all you know your whole life, and you don't get those different perspectives or those different ideas. So you think like, well, Trump's obviously the choice because he's saying this, and this helps white people. Like, why would I not vote for him? Because that's everybody around me. So I don't know. It's unfortunate as hell because like I said, it's a beautiful state. There's normally some really good people there, but they're just kind of like backwards in a lot of ways, and like I hate that because it's not their fault. Right. But at the same time, if you're a racist asshole, it is your fault. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But that's why I had to get out so that I could experience different like cultures and mindsets and stuff like that.
For sure. So tell me about West Virginia parties, West Virginia University parties. You went to you went to a big D1 school, bro. So, and it's a football school, dog. So like,
huge football.
You already know what time it is as far as like any type of like tailgate and pregame stuff. So tell me what it's like. Tell me what a typical West Virginia University party would be like.
Well, first off, I would encourage anybody watching this to just Google like so there's different rankings for top party schools, right? I know the Princeton Review does one, and
which is hilarious.
Which is so funny.
How funny is that?
It's hilarious. They do one, and Playboy does one. That's really big.
That's awesome.
So also hilarious. So if you check, just those are the two, like the ones that I always look at. Go look at both of those top college party school rankings for the past like 20 years. West Virginia is going to be number one on a lot, probably half or more. I mean, like we are consistently, ranked at least top 3, top 5 party schools in the nation. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know how there could be a second, or excuse me, I don't know how there could be enough, how we could ever be second and not first, or like how anybody could ever be better than West Virginia partying. They're crazy. I mean, it's insane. I'm sure you've heard about people burning couches and shit after a big football win. Like, I mean, it's just a crazy place where you're in West Virginia. There's nothing else to do. We don't have cool, things around us. We're in the middle of, Morgantown, where WVU is in the middle of the mountains. Like, there's not shit around it. I mean, so all people do is party. They drink and they have a good time. So, I don't know. I've partied at a fair amount of like different colleges, just traveling there with buddies to go to like football games and stuff like that. And every one that I went to, I'm just looking around like, this is not WVU. Like this is not even close. So, a typical party, I mean, it varies, but the one constant is I could say that it's unlike any other college party that you've ever been to in the wildest way imaginable.
That's dope.
So, I mean, it's a crazy, crazy place to go to school. Education, also, I think it's a great school. I mean, it really is. Like, I had some really great professors, and I really enjoyed my time there, but like, I mean, there's a reason that so many people want to go there right now, and there's a reason why they're, what do they call it? Like the amount of people who go there, their enrollment or whatever. There's a reason their enrollment continues to increase like dramatically every year. It's because people watch these videos and they see,
they buy
people online like talking about partying, and they're like, I want to go there because of that stuff. So yes, it looks bad on paper for the university, but in terms of like making money and getting people there,
it's still getting you.
It's huge. Yeah. So I mean, it basically everything that you've heard about WVU in terms of partying is true and then some. In a big way. And football games are obviously tailgates and everything. It's crazy. Like the tailgates are amazing. Like my like when I was going there, like actually even before I started going there, my dad's like business partner. He had 2 townhouses that were right across the street from the football stadium. So the football stadium, everybody parties in like the parking lot. So they got different parking lots. The big party parking lot next to the stadium is called the Blue Lot. And then right beside that is called the Light Blue Lot. Then there's a street, and then there's this townhouse that my dad's, a friend and business partner owned. So it's literally 150 yards from the entrance of the stadium. He had 2 of them. Whenever I came up there, my dad bought one of them. So where I lived at WVU was literally 150 yards away from the front of the stadium. So tailgates, like, at my place were right on top of the thing. Like, so everybody would come through. Like, we had kegerators and stuff. So like, our job on Fridays before game day was to go pick up the kegs for the game. Like, I mean, it was just a shit show consistently. So I mean, just like that mixed with a great downtown scene, and a crazy mix of like different cultures, different like people from different states. Like coming to WVU just really made it like a super unique kind of not only partying but just college experience in general.
Cool,
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
You want to get into your second bottle?
Let's do it, man.
Finish that first up.
I gotta drive. I can't right now.
Good for you, man. I'm proud of you.
I'm sorry. I gotta be responsible.
I'm very proud of you.
I feel bad, but
don't even worry about that.
I'll take one more sip. How's that?
There we go. We got Kung Fu Girl Riesling.
Okay.
I definitely got it for the title. I also like Riesling stuff, so that also helps.
I'm so on Riesling. I'm so on white wine in general.
Okay.
Like I like it with like fish.
Which is the best one? Which is the best one to have, right?
Yeah. Or something light like that, but like normally if I'm getting wine, it's gonna be red wine. But like I said, I mean I'm not that big of a drinker in the first place,
True.
so I just like trying out new stuff, honestly.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here.
You want to smell test?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna waft.
Okay.
No, I'm not. It smells really good.
Yeah, very crisp.
Got some more to it.
Let's see what we got here.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, man. That's good. I like that. I like
one more sip on this one.
It's got that tart thing that I like.
See, I like it. Overall, I like it. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much because I thought it was gonna be pretty sweet. And like I said, I don't really like sweet wines that much. I'm more like into dry wines. But it is good, and the aftertaste is kind of the aftertaste almost resembles in a weird way like the dryness that I was looking for. It's not dry, but like I can't explain it. Like it's got some kind of like crisp taste to it on the aftertaste.
I like it.
It's pretty good.
I'm not mad at this one at all.
It's not bad at all.
I like Riesling, so and this is really good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay, let's talk about talk about like some of your favorite artists, like your favorite. Let's talk about Tame Impala, because you actually were the one that actually put me
Love
to
Tame
Impala.
Did I actually put you onto them? Like,
I've always heard about Tame Impala, but I had never been like, all right, let me go listen to music. And then you had told me like, hey, they're coming out with this new album.
listen to this.
First of all, I thought it was a band, and it's just the guy.
Yeah.
And it's just the guy.
It kind of is a band.
But he does everything.
Yeah, but he does everything.
He does everything. So, and then I listened. I was like, oh, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it reminded me, because like, again, it's your vibe, like very trippy, wavy. So
let me ask you this before you go on, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Did you listen to that album's called The Slow Rush? Mm-hmm. The most recent one. Mm-hmm. Was that the first Tame Impala that you had ever listened to?
On purpose, yes.
Really?
Because I'm the type of dude that if you play something and I hear it, I'm like, oh, I know what this song is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I've probably heard some stuff by mistake.
Yeah.
But that's the first one that I was like, you were like, hey, listen to this, and I was like, oh, okay, sure. And then,
like I guarantee you've heard like The Less I Know, The Better.
Right.
You know,
like if I heard the melody and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I know what this is.
Nah. And I remember telling you about that album, and I thought it was so cool. That was back when we worked together, and you gave me the day it came out. You gave me at work. You gave me, because definitely shouldn't be doing this at work. You gave me a track by track breakdown of what you thought of the entire album, which was awesome.
Yeah.
It was a great way to kind of carry out my day. But I actually went the day that album came out. This is their most recent album, A Slow Rush, or The Slow Rush, one of the two. The day that it came out, I went at lunch break with our buddy Jake, and went and got it on vinyl. And I didn't even listen to it like, on my iPhone or anything. Because anytime like a new album comes out and I get it on vinyl, I'm a huge vinyl collector, by the way.
Yeah.
I save it until I can actually listen to it on vinyl, like in my setup, right?
That's
so,
cool.
yeah. But that album's really good. If I was like giving somebody like a recommendation to like start listening to Tame Impala, that's probably not the album that I would have picked.
Okay.
But regardless, still a really good album. And yes, like you were saying, it's one dude. His name's Kevin Parker.
Yep.
He's an absolute genius.
Yeah.
Like he is an absolute, just musical genius.
Yeah.
And the thing that, as a music producer, that's the thing that really, kind of solidifies his legend status for me, is his production.
Okay.
Like, so not only does he, play all the instruments and sing and write everything and whatever, but he produces 100% of everything they put out. He mixes it, he masters it. He has obviously like engineers and stuff that help him do that kind of stuff, but he does it all.
The bulk is
and
that,
and like, so he has a live band that obviously plays with him when he plays live, and that's why people think it is a band, because they see him, like live or whatever, and he's with a band. But Tame Impala's one dude.
Yeah.
It's Kevin Parker, and he's incredible.
Yeah. So I was very pleased. I remember tweeting to you afterwards, like, yo, thanks for putting me on. Very dope.
Of course, man. Very good. Did you listen to the album before it, by any chance, Currents? You gotta check that one out.
Okay.
Currents is the masses favorite Tame Impala album.
Okay.
Like, it is,
so
like
the mainstream pop
it's the mainstream. Like, if people, like, the vast majority of people who like Tame Impala would probably say that that's his peak.
Okay.
His best album. His magnum opus.
Okay.
I thought the new one, I liked it. I don't think I liked it better than Currents, but I liked it probably as good as Currents.
Okay.
I loved it.
Okay. I'll have to give it a go. I got a lot of albums that I want to listen to. Just back catalog and stuff. Like, I find artists and I'm like, let's just listen to whatever they have.
Right.
Just,
Yeah.
I'm a big guy. Another guy that you are a big fan of, I know you're a big fan of, is Kaytranada.
I'm a huge
You're a big Kaytranada guy.
Kaytranada is arguably my biggest influence.
Okay.
Music.
And I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see it based on.
So musically, he's arguably my biggest influence. I started listening to him back when his they call it his debut album, 99.9%. Back when that came out, and such an incredible album. Like, the year that it came out, I think it was like 2016 or something like that it came out. It made a lot of like top 10 album of the year lists, like that kind of thing. Like, a very critically acclaimed album. And then I started getting into his like back catalog, like his stuff on SoundCloud, his stuff on YouTube, like different sets that he's like kind of played, watched all those videos, and like, man, like, ever since I really started getting into Kaytranada, my personal musical style has taken like a 180.
Yeah.
Like, he's influenced me so much to where, like, pre-Kaytranada and me listening to Kaytranada, I barely made any kind of like house music or any like kind of upbeat, steady beat, kind of electronic music like that.
Right.
And after listening to him, that completely changed, and I've started to get into that kind of music and starting to really, kind of appreciate it and see it in a different light, because of Kaytranada.
I do. I like your sound, the way he puts stuff together. It's very dope.
And talk about good features.
Yeah. And him and Ty Dolla $ign is a good connection.
Oh,
always a good connection.
And Callie, what's it?
Callie.
Always
another really good one.
10%.
I love Callie.
Oh, I know you do.
She's so good.
She's so hot.
Yeah,
she's great.
That's it. I was scouring your Instagram for like, just notes of what to talk about.
Sure.
There was one thing in particular that I wanted to ask you about, and it helps now that I know that you say you picked up a guitar at around 11.
Yeah, about 11, 12, something like that.
There's a picture of you here.
Yeah.
Singing. So is that something that you used to do? Like,
man.
Like artists?
Yeah. So like back in the day, like high school, and then like early years of college, like my freshman year of college and like the beginning of my sophomore year of college.
Yeah.
I was like a singer-songwriter, man. Like, I
Okay.
thought I was gonna be the next John Mayer or some shit.
Okay.
Like, I thought I was gonna be, like the front man of some band or some sort of, singer who played guitar, right? Like I was gonna be a rock star.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I did. Like whenever I first started playing music for probably, what is that? Like 7 years, from like 12 to 19 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
12 to 20 maybe. I wrote like, I started off writing kind of like John Mayerish kind of music, like acoustic, like like ballad type stuff, like acoustic, like just me and the guitar type stuff, you know, like love songs, like corny, cheesy ass, like love song type stuff. And I mean, I wasn't bad, like by any, I don't anymore because you know I've just tortured my voice over the past few years, but I used to surprisingly have a really good singing voice, and I used to just write songs like that, record them, and I realized like I was decent, and people like around me like liked what I was doing, and like I would play little shows, which is what that picture's at, you know, but I never got to the level where like anybody other than just the people around me would actually like to listen to my music. You know, it like I am now with SoundCloud or something. Like it was just like a thing that people around me were like, oh, this is cute, you know, this is cool, he's got a good voice, you know. Oh, look at Max playing guitar, like that kind of thing. Whereas now, you know, I've matured musically, and I've gotten to production, and like people are actually listening to it because they think it's good music. But yeah, that's how I started, and then like actually that picture was taken with one of my bands. So after I played that like singer-songwriter acoustic type stuff for a little bit, I got into like more like heavy rock type music. Like my biggest influences at that point, and to this day, like my favorite bands ever, my favorite musicians ever, are like the Arctic Monkeys and the Strokes. I'm sure you've heard of the Strokes.
Yeah, for sure.
White Stripes. Black Keys, that type of thing. And I wanted to be them after I wanted to be John Mayer. So so I did that forever, and not too long, but I did that for like a few years, and I was in a couple bands like in high school and then early college. We would just play like little shows at bars and stuff like that. And same story, like just realized like I'm not, like I'm good at this, but I'm not that good at this. I'm not good enough to like consistently play shows where I'm going to get paid or make some album that's actually going to be good or get signed or whatever. So it's one of those things.
Do you ever think about using like maybe the guitar in like one of your stuff now? Like
for sure.
I think that would be like kind of dope.
No, for sure. And I use a lot of guitar samples now. My music's very, not all of it, but a lot of it's kind of sample based now. So you'll hear me do like a lot of guitar samples and shit like that. So, which I think guitar sounds great in the kind of beats that I'm making. But I've only actually played guitar on probably 2 or 3 beats that I've ever made. I've definitely thought about doing it more. I've only done it a couple times so far. But it's mainly an equipment issue now. So I used to have like 2 different electric guitars. I had, for those who know anything about guitar, I had a Epiphone Les Paul, which is a beautiful guitar, and I had and still have, a Fender Squier, which is like a starter guitar, like kind of like piece of shit, like $150, just to get you in the door kind of guitar, that I still have. And then I had like a couple really nice like acoustic guitars, because like I said, I did the like John Mayer thing for a while. I wanted a nice one of those. And then I had like a really nice microphone to record vocals and stuff. Ended up, I decided I don't want to do this anymore. I want to make electronic music. I want to make beats. So I sold that guitar and my microphone, the electric guitar and my microphone, and my acoustic guitar actually down the line, to buy Ableton and to buy a nice new keyboard and to buy like different equipment and software and stuff I needed to start making beats like proficiently. But yeah, like my next purchase or plan that I have is to like buy a new electric guitar, or maybe even a bass that I can use to actually start incorporating live instruments more so in my tracks. So yeah, that's coming eventually.
Yeah, I think with the type of sound you have, the type of music that you make, I think adding that live instrumentation to like take it to like the next level. You know
I think it
saying?
would too. Yeah.
I think that's the next step for you. And I think if where you sound like you can hang with the.
I can hang.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I think that would be good to add to it.
I'm no Jimmy, but not even close.
Not
But
too many people are.
no, yeah, not
Yeah.
too many people are, but,
Not too many people are.
But yeah, like I'm decent enough, I'm proficient enough to do what you just said.
For sure.
And a lot of people, like my friends who knew me like back when I was doing that kind of stuff, they're like, why don't you sing on beats? Why don't you do that? Might end up doing that as well. I mean, because with the technology that we have these days, with Ableton, which is what I use, with just different like audio manipulation tools, that kind of thing. You don't have to be the best singer in the world to make stuff that sounds decent, right? Like, I'm not saying that I'm just gonna slap auto-tune on everything that I do and just make myself sound like a god. Like, that's not the plan. But like, I could lay down some vocals, not necessarily make them like the centerpiece of the song, but use them as like different, add some stuff and like maybe cut them up, like to sample my own voice and stuff like that.
There's different elements you can continue to add. Just vary up what you're doing.
And there's one thing that I always say about music, especially with production. Like everybody asks, like when they first start, like, how do you do it? Like, what's the formula? Like, what steps should I be taking? What should I be doing first, second, third, fourth? Like, there isn't any way to properly do this. Like, it's just, or to make music in general. Like, everybody does it differently. It's all about just achieving the noise you want in any way possible. And just kind of going from there. Like, I mean, you don't have, if you want to auto-tune and it sounds better, auto-tune. If you want to, play your drums on a glass or on the table or something like that and it sounds better, do it. Like, there's no rules to this shit. And, like, that's what's so cool about production. It doesn't matter how you get the sound. It's what you do with the sound once you have obtained it and once you're actually laying down the song as a whole. It's always pretty cool.
It's dope. Here at Clueless Vino, man, we like to rate our wines, and see which one we like the best, man. So we're gonna do that. So first up, we have the educated guess, Cab Sav, man. What would you give that out of 5 glasses? Give you half glasses, quarter glasses, out of 5.
Can I do like 0.3 glasses?
You can do all of that, man.
Okay, out of 5.
Out of 5.
So like I said, I'm a cab guy as it is. First off, presentation.
I like it. I like the whole, it gave me that chalkboard.
Love,
you know what I'm saying? It gave me those vibes for sure.
Love the presentation. I thought it was really good. Let me take one more sip.
Please.
Just to be sure. I liked it a lot. I would say, and I am no sommelier, so this means nothing. If anybody's watching this, like, thinking, I'm going to go buy some wine based on what this random dude said, do not. But I would say 4.2 out of 5. I thought it was that good.
Okay, good, man. Good. For me, like I said, I'm not the biggest dry guy. I'm not the biggest red guy. But I would give it a solid 2.75.
So that's good.
I would give it a solid 2.75.
Above average.
Above the average. I think the unique thing about it is that bold Chex Mix ending.
Right.
For me. Because again, like you said, it's not spicy, but it's like it's got this peppery type of ending.
It's got something.
Yeah, and I think that was interesting. It kind of separates it from normal cabs that I've had.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that. I like that you're referencing. Then we have the Kung Fu Girl Riesling. Man. What would you give that out of 5?
What was that?
It's very minimalistic, very minimalistic as far as their presentation. But I like it though, just because of the.
And let me check that out one more
You know
time.
what I'm saying? Just very.
It looks cool.
You know what I'm saying? It's very. You know what I'm saying?
It's like Kill Bill Volume 2.
Yeah, very 80s, 90s martial arts movie type thing.
Yeah, I love the presentation.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. So like I said, not the biggest like sweet wine kind of guy, but this wasn't too sweet. It wasn't as sweet as most Rieslings are, I feel.
Yeah. To me, it's like right in the middle.
But right in the middle. Yeah. But big red over white guy personally. Still really like this though, so I'm gonna go 2.9.
Okay. That's good though.
2.9.
I like that.
One of the best whites that I've had in a long time.
Okay. That's good. I like that. I would give it a solid 3.
Solid 3?
Solid 3.
So we're close.
Yeah, solid 3. Not the greatest Riesling I've had, but I'm not mad at this. If someone's like pop this out of their house.
For sure.
Like, oh, want some of this Kung Fu Girl? Like, for sure. Yeah, pour me a glass.
Yeah.
I would not be upset at having to drink that if it was presented to me.
Right.
Very crisp, very tart at the end. So everything I really like in a Riesling. So,
yeah, and tart in a good way.
Yeah, because some tarts can be overwhelming, overpowering.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But yeah, man, I do want to thank you for hopping on the show, bro.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, of course.
Really fun.
Of course, man. Like I said, it's just two dudes just kicking it. We both got similar tastes in like music and different and among other things. So it's good to get you on the show and have you talk about your music and your passion for music. Yeah. So it was definitely dope, man. This is the part where I used to let the guests, if they want to throw their socials out, they want to throw their SoundCloud out, if they want to, and just give any closing remarks you might have. Man.
For sure. So yeah, like I said, name's Max Ellis. I do want to plug my SoundCloud. It's so funny, like plugging SoundClouds is always like such like a cheesy like thing to do.
It seems like overbearing, right?
It's such a like, yo, check out my mixtape kind of thing. Like it's like grown to be like the goofiest thing in the world to do.
It's like when dudes used to be like, yo, check out my mixtape and hand you the CD.
Yeah, and then hand it to you. Except now it's all digital. Yeah, whatever. Sure. But yeah, I'm Rad Max on SoundCloud, so that's RAD, like Rad Max, M-A-X. So space in between it. Rad Max on SoundCloud. If you search it, you'll see me. I'm the Rad Max with the most followers on SoundCloud. I'll have you know.
Just let them know. You gotta let them know, man. To let them know who you're looking for.
Yeah, you'll see this face, but it's actually the link is soundcloud.com/radmaxmusic. We were talking about at the beginning, just dropped a new song last night. It's a remix of Whole Lotta Money by Via and Nicki Minaj. So they did a remix with Nicki, and then I remixed that remix.
The remix to the remix.
Yeah, remix to the remix. It sounds nothing like the original, but that's the point. Like, that's kind of what I do with my music anyways. I do a lot of remixes, but just make them sound completely different than they originally did. So yeah, check out that. Check out... I'm not a big social media guy, but I do get on there and just kind of like promote my music. It's really all about the music for me. So you can find me on Twitter. That's the one that I use the most. At MaxWellis93, I think is my Twitter. Yeah, I think it's MaxWellis93. So that's Maxwell IS93 is my Twitter. If it's not my Twitter, look at my SoundCloud.
Don't worry, I'll post it.
You'll post it.
I'll post it when I do the episode.
You'll probably remember that. But yeah, just check out my SoundCloud, check out my music, and when you do, if you do, I would love to know like what you think about it. And just kind of comment on my SoundCloud, shoot me a message on Twitter, a DM, and just let me know. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, man, stick around after the end of things, man, because I'm gonna post the remix to Whole Lotta Money. And but most importantly, don't forget, drink up.
Hey yo, be ya. I just been the block, all these bitches wanna be ya.
Probably cause my waist on